Nice one for clicking on this video. Did you know, as a club legend, you can get 20% off all Redmen merch? Just go to redmenplus.com, sign up as a club legend, and there you go, 20% off all Redmen merch. Up the Reds. Let's get into your show.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Stay here. It's the player ratings time after Liverpool drew 2-2 with Wolves in the FA Cup third round, which means we get to play them again at Molineux just before we play them again at Molineux, this time in the league. So yeah, a replay in the Cup and then a league fixture down there at Molineux. Can't wait for that one, of course, yeah. My job is to give all of these wonderful lads, I say wonderful, maybe not so much today, a rating out of 10 for their individual performances. And yeah, it's not going to be, well, it might be easy, it might just not be very high numbers indeed. Before I do that, we'll let you guys know there's a poll live on the chat right now for you guys who are watching along live with me to vote for who you think Liverpool's best player was. We usually give you 3 options and then another option, but we're going to give you 2, which kind of points out where we were at with this game. So we've gone for Darwin. This was my selections. I went for Darwin and Trent, and then other. So yeah, whoever you think Liverpool's best player was, vote for either Darwin or for Trent, or if you think it was someone else, click other, and then yeah, we'll write their name in the live chat as well, and we can get to some of those later on. In the meantime, I am going to start giving a rating out of 10 for each of these guys. If you want to get involved as well, watching this live right now with me on YouTube, do just use the live chat below and let me know your thoughts on each of them as well. Right then, let's start with the goalie. And usually it's dead easy to give Alisson Becker a rating because it's usually really good because he's brilliant. But today, he shit the bed, to put it mildly. Horrendous first goal. I don't think he was brilliant on the second, although there was a bit of good fortune for Wolves. He did make some good saves as well. He was off his line as a sweeper keeper to deny Adama Traore on a couple of occasions, which is his forte. But ultimately, yeah, you can't justify the first goal, which was just an absolute brain fart. He's brilliant. I love him, but he's good for one of those probably a year. Sometimes in the same game. I remember having that meltdown against City that time where he, for some reason, kept passing the ball to them. And yeah, he's had a shit really, hasn't he? John's given him a 2, Donut's given him a 3. Donut might describe what Jürgen's calling him now. A -10 from Steve Ryder. We've got a 5 from the Science Singe. 6 from Rachel. 5. Yeah, he was poor. I think a couple of saves, obviously, aside, and like say the one-on-one without Nori, where he decided not to come out and then still stayed big and got a save. But you guys, I think, I'll be honest, I can't give him a 5. I think he's that mistake loses so many marks. I'm going to give him a 4. Probably the worst rating I've probably ever give Alisson Becker, but yeah, you can't pass the ball to the other team and get more marks. So is Ali. Right then, left back, Andrew Robertson. Interesting one really for Robbo. I thought, defended okay-ish. Didn't really offer too much of an attacking threat. There was a little bit of link up with Cody Gakpo further ahead of him, but there wasn't much of him. And I always say average is 6. I would guess, and feel free to let me know if I'm wrong. I thought Robbo was about average, not great, not bad, just fine. So I mean, you guys are all in the 5, 6, 7 ranges there between me and yeah, I'm the same. I think I'm just going to give Robbo a 6. Which is average really, which I think was about right. Ibu Konate then. I love Ibu. He's got a big future ahead of him, but he's another one who's got a brain fart in him. And he had a couple of them tonight. I don't think he was, again, the goal was quite unfortunate, but like he got away with a couple of sloppy back passes as well. Again, his goalie bailed him out a couple of times. You guys are all giving him a 5. And I would tend to agree, really. Literally all he is in this chat. If you're watching this not live and you can do the live replay, you'll see loads of everyone's pretty much saying 5. And I would agree. I don't think he was at his best, so I'm going to go 5. He has just got, like, someone says here, who was that? Mr. J Mango. A few positive moments, but he has terrible concentration. And that is the kind of thing, he kind of switches off a little bit, really, at times, just a little bit too casual. And I thought that today. Matip got away with one, by the way. I thought Matip was probably defended okay. He got away with one really risky touch in the first half, didn't he? Where I think he ran into Guedes and just about got away with it. I think he was probably better than Konate. I thought Matip was okay. So I'm going to say And somewhere in the middle, maybe? No, was he average? I think he was average, actually. I'm going to give Matip, yeah, and a lot of you guys are saying the same. Grace Talbot, he was the better of the two of them, yeah. I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, I'm going to go 6 for Matip. Trent, I think, was our best player. Spoiler alert, if it was me voting in the poll, I'd be giving Trent the win. I know the vote as it stands is very, very tight. I thought Trent was really, really good. You guys are in the chat already, loads of 7s, 8s, 9s from Rachel as well. I thought he defended excellently for the most part. A couple of times when he was left exposed and did well. An amazing assist. Absolutely an amazing assist. So I'm going to go along with you guys or a lot of the chat. I'm probably going to give him an 8. One of the, I say probably. I'm almost certain that'll be the highest mark I get. See, Mr. J Mango again says, fantastic passing, but the defensive issues cost us again and again. I thought he defended well. Maybe it's a game of opinions, we're all different. I thought for the most part, Trent did his job defensively. Yeah, Donut, what flipped world is this? Trent is now our best defender. Yeah. Things have changed dramatically. He's getting back into position. Maybe he isn't out of position as much in terms of what we're asking him to do. And then again, you can't ignore how good the assist was. It was absolutely out of this world. Really, really, really good. Impressive again performance from Trent. I think he was my man of the match. You guys can carry on voting. Right then, let's move to the midfield, where I think it was the biggest issue of Liverpool's game was all three of these lads underperformed, all to differing levels. I thought Fabinho was good at times in the tackle, but he looks like his legs have gone. I was saying off air to Dan and to producer Joe, he's gone from, I think, the best defensive midfielder in the world to a lad who just looks like an average-ish footballer. And the drop-off's been quite sudden. He might just be that he's played tons of footy. It could be that, but it's a concern. I mean, the spaces that we leave, and again, I don't think it's just personnel-wise. I think it must be something that I'm guessing they're working on it. But the middle of the pitch was so exposed time and time again. And Wolves were essentially playing a two-man midfield with Alt-Nouri kind of drifting in a little bit and Traore a bit. But they had, in theory, they were like a 4-4-2. And they seemed to dominate the midfield. Yeah, let's have a little look. Loads of 5s, 4s for Fabinho. His legs have gone, says Leon. He was the best of the three, though, says Brandon. Probably, yeah. I think, but again, I think that's damning with faint praise. Scott, his legs have gone. His knee injury seemed to have done him in. I hope that's wrong, but I'm starting to worry about Fabinho, really am. And by the way, he wasn't the worst. I would agree with that one. I'm going to say I'm going to give him a 5. A below average 5. That's, yeah, Daniel says there, Daniel Hayden, it looked as if we had no midfield, and it really, really did. They really. Everyone's saying Liverpool needs to sign a creative number 8, and which would certainly help. I still think they need someone who can play as a 6 or as one of the 2 8s. Because if it's not Fabinho, it's going to be Jordan. And if it's not Jordan, it's Thiago. And I don't think any of those options are ideal, really. I think they need someone who can do 6 and do 8. I find it baffling that the talk is they might not do it. There's a part of me deep in the back of my head where I'm thinking maybe Brighton are just wait until we've played them before they let us buy Casado. But I don't know, man. The more you hear and the rumours and the whispers are, they're not going to do anything, which again, absolutely madness, really. Let's go over to Thiago then. Like, if Thiago's going to give the ball away, I'm not sure what else he's going to do. If truth be told, he ended up playing as a number 6 himself, didn't he, at the end of the game? But yeah, I didn't think he was good at all, Thiago. I thought he was bad. John says he was shocking and slowed us down so much. I'd give him a 4. Loads of 4s, 3s, 4s in for Thiago, 5s as well. Yeah, I think Thiago was bad, to be honest with you. Was he worse than Fabinho? He's good on the ball, but too slow to retrieve it at times, says Big Mo, who gives him a 5. Man, I don't think he was good. Scott Hawke says 4. I hope you're doing well, Scott, by the way. Poor distribution was showing up at times physically as well. He was so slow, says James. Yeah, I think he was bad. I'm going to give him He was bad, but no way was he worse than Fab, says Bruno. Interesting. I was probably gonna disagree. Oh, this is a tough one. 4.5. Dan over in the studio. Do you agree with that, Dan? Thumbs up. Yeah, Dan's not too sure. Right, then moving on. Jordan Henderson, I'm going to say right now, I think he was worst. I think he was the worst of the three of them. Bad. It wasn't great at all from Henderson. He tries, but his legs have gone. He should be a squad player, says John, who gives him a 5.5, which is more than I would have given him. Steve Ryder says Milner would have been quicker than any other from those three today. He said he probably has got more legs at this moment in time. I mean, he's literally injured, so maybe not. But we are really struggling in midfield. I thought Hendo was bad as well. I think he was worse than Thiago, so I'm going to give him the same as I give Ali. I'm going to give Hendo a 4. Just not great. Moving on to the front three then. Let's start with Gakpo on the left wing. Was fine. As debuts go, it was okay, nothing amazing. Technically, it gets a little bit of maybe an assist for Salah's goal, but I mean, a bit of dodgy defending did help him off. Loads of you guys are just saying 6s and stuff. Yeah, I think that's about right average. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what an average Gakpo performance is because I haven't seen anything of him for Liverpool. But I thought he was all right. I thought he was fine. I think I'll give him a 6 and play on from that one. I thought Nunez took his goal really well, and for the most part did pretty well. He still, at times, he needs to work on his first touch a little bit, because when he's laying his first touch off, it can be quite good and effective. When he's trying to trap the ball, sometimes his second touch can be a 50-50 challenge because it's bounced off him a little bit. But he took his goal really well. You can't deny that. I thought he was good. You guys are all giving 7s, 7.5s, all that kind of stuff. And I would tend to agree. And his goal was excellent. It really was. And the run was good. I think I will give him a 7. Do I give him a... Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. Mo Salah scored a good goal. Other than that, not great. I think his decision making was poor, if truth be told. I don't think he was particularly great, but he did get the goal, and it was a typical Mo Salah. He kept us cool, but other than that, really, not great. 5, 6s in the chat. Yeah, he was good finish, but quiet aside to Science Singe. We've got 5, 6s and 7s, and I tend to agree. I would say. Paul says apart from his goal, he was shite. Yeah, fair enough. I think that might be a bit harsh. I'm just going to say he was probably a 5, but then the goal knocks it up a little bit. So let's split the difference, say average 6 for Mo. I've only put the 2 subs on, by the way, because the others who came on late, they had like 4 minutes, so I didn't see much point. But I think Naby got about 20 minutes-ish, and I think Elliot got about 15 as well. So I thought Naby, when he first come on, let's move on to him, was really good. And he was impacting the game. He was quick. He was in sharp. He was winning the ball, making the right decision, trying to dribble, little layoffs. It looked really good. And then it got worse. And then I'll take the blame for it, because I said, oh my God, Naby's come off the bench. He's had a really good game. And then he fell to shit. And that was disappointing, because Liverpool really could have done with him. Yeah, so he started like a house on fire and then lost the ball every time he got it. From then on, it felt like it was mad. Yeah, Lockie says I'd give him a 7.5 because he disappeared in the last 5. And that's the thing, is that I would probably say for the first half of his little cameo, he was like an 8, and then he was probably like a 4 or something. He was mad. He just kind of lost his way a little bit. So does that average out at a 6? Oh, yeah. Big Mo, Naby was a 6. He started and then tailed off, yeah. And I agree with Kenneth. He came on unbelievably sharp and then gave the ball away 900 times. And that's kind of where I'm at, Ken, as well, mate. I'm kind of with you on that one. I'll go more. I think I'll go 6.5. Because I think he was probably an 8. And then he was somewhere around the 5-ish mark. Yeah, that'll do. 6.5 is fine. And then Elliot, didn't see anything of Elliot, really. Won a couple of 50-50s. And other than that, didn't see nothing of him. So it's really tough one. We're starting to see now, really, that Yeah, like, when again, Harvey, I like Harvey, he's a good player, but I think he needs the pieces round him. I never felt like Liverpool if they were going to score a goal, I just didn't feel like it was going to come through Harvey Elliott. Kenneth gives him a 4.5, Dickie O'Reg gives him a 5.5. Steve Rada, did Elliott even play? Which maybe got that tip to what Steve thinks his rating was. Yeah, let's say below average performance from a sub, let's just give him a 5. I think that's about right. Not ideal at all. So yeah, as you can see, when you draw with one of the worst teams in the league at home, the ratings kind of reflect what I've just done. So I've got a 4 for Ali, a 6 for Robbo, 5 for Ibu, 6 for Matip and an 8 for Trent. I've got a 5 for Fab, 4 for Hendo and a 4.5 for Thiago, 6 for Gakpo, 7 for Darwin, 6 for Salah, 6.5 for Naby and 5 for Harvey Elliott. Right then, I can see the vote. Let's see, check the poll. I'm not sure that the maths is out. Right, yeah, so Darwin got 36%, other got 10%. I've got no idea who the 10% he has voted for as the other. I saw someone say Naby, but yeah, other than that. So Trent Alexander-Arnold with 54% of the vote won the Man of the Match award. And I think that's fair enough. He was the standout performer for Liverpool on a night where there weren't many of them. And yeah, the good news is we get to do another one of these in the replay, which, yay! Maybe not, we'll find out. But yeah, it's another game of footy to watch the Reds, so it is what it is. But yeah, a disappointing one really for Liverpool. Jürgen in his post-match press conference, it was damning when he basically said we basically couldn't win a challenge, and he said, like, we look so open, we're not open, we lose the first challenge and then we're open. That's being open, if the truth be told. Like, you can't always guarantee it. But yeah, you can check out, by the way, the press conference will be on our YouTube channel very, very shortly, as soon as it's all uploaded and stuff. So yeah, you can check that out. And all of Jürgen's post-match press conferences are available on the YouTube, or in podcast form if you search for us on podcast as well. But yeah, that's my ratings. Thanks everyone for getting involved in the live show. If you're watching this after the fact, do use the comment section below and let me know your ratings. What would you have scored all these guys out of 10? And also, who would your man of the match have been? Please give their video a like on the way out. Check out all the other stuff on YouTube, whether it's related to this match or not. Go and check out the deep dive with Josh and Chris. Really good on Gakpo, and loads more stuff to come, including the instant match reaction, which me and Dana are going to record over on Redmen Plus right now, which I can't wait for, because who doesn't want to talk about this wonderful football match even more? Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all later. Ta-da.
Get closer to Liverpool Football Club and the amazing city of Liverpool with Redmen Plus. More content for your eyes and ears, documentaries, extra bonus Redmen shows, podcast features, interviews. Get close to the culture of Liverpool Football Club on Redmen Plus.